Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who is currently preparing his 5-hour rebuttal to Jenny Nicholson's Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser video, Bill.
Hi, everyone. That's right. I'm going to put that on the list with all the other lists of things that I promised to do that never get done.
What choice wardrobe for tonight? Your
Thank
t-shirt.
You. It's
the final night of Memorial Month for Dead Media, featuring Star Wars the Galactic Star Cruiser, not the Star Wars Hotel. We have to call it by its SEO searchable name, the Galactic Star Cruiser, powered by NECA. So this video, I was not familiar with this individual, but I am now. And I almost feel like she is now someone we will look to because she did such a thorough job tearing down the Walt Disney Corporation. I don't know if you've sort of caught the blowback, but they're sending out positive puff pieces left and right. Screen Rants is posting like they're trying to be like, the only people you're hurting with these negative reviews are the former cast members. And it's like, well, you know what? Probably firing them without much of a heads up was a bigger disappointment to these individuals. Not so much that she's critiquing them. Also, if you watch the video, the one thing that she continuously gave props to were the cast members, the entertainers, the people there. She's like, the one good thing about the Star Cruiser were the people putting on the performances. But Disney is not happy.
No.
It only took one person to just completely, the wheels have fallen off, and everybody's sort of like, oh yeah, that's weird. And then she made a very important point that Disney influencers and Disney marketing require you to use the exact verbiage, the names. So if you called this Star Wars Hotel, you could not be an influencer for this experience. It was the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. They needed you to say that because if you're searching online, you want it to pop up with that. You don't want some other Star Wars hotel because obviously there's just people, mom and pop Star Wars hotels popping up everywhere.
That's
no,
true.
This is the real deal, the
Airbnbs.
Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yeah, the Star Cruiser where Han and Leia got busy.
That's right. We will never get to lay in their marital bed now.
I'm okay with that.
Really? I had that on my bucket list. I wanted
that was on your bucket list.
That was on my bucket list.
I'm sure there's like a mop and bucket currently occupying that marital bedroom.
She was like, Jenny was like, that's her name, right? Jenny.
Correct.
Yeah. Jenny was like, they're probably storing like the bubble wands in the hotel rooms now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just space for storage now.
And Jenny Nicholson was someone. Now I was watching some of her stuff again in 2020, and then she also, I think, went away.
She went away. It seems like that's the thing.
And
that's
she
just
didn't ride
something
the TikTok. Yeah. She didn't ride the TikTok.
Well, no, she needs that long form. She needs the log format video that YouTube 4 hours. Who even knew you could do a video that long? My goodness, could you imagine? Do you think we could do a 4-hour show on anything?
I feel like you and I could if we started an hour early. I think we could definitely keep going. I mean, you and I have gone longer past that.
Challenge accepted. Well, one of the things I do want to do is the complete history of the Super 7 Simpsons toy line. Yeah. But maybe we just expand it to be the complete history of the Simpsons toy line and we make it 4 hours. Because then you got the World of Springfield, you got the McFarlane, go all the way back to Playmates. Yes, Burger King? Yeah. All right.
Burger King.
All right. I don't know that will get like quite the traction that this did. We need to like bring down a major corporation.
Yeah.
And Super 7's not big enough. It's not big enough. We need to think bigger. Think bigger.
Oh.
We'll work on that.
What empire should we crumble?
What empire should we decimate? Reduce by 10. All right. Well, that was obviously the most exciting thing that happened on the internet this week. Everybody was picking sides.
Yeah.
And
you and I never went on the Galactic Star Cruiser.
No, alas.
The price wasn't there. By the time they started showcasing, those influencers started going to this experience, we were like, that's it? And that I feel like that was the general consensus with everybody. It was like, wait, what?
And, people will come out and say it was the greatest hotel experience they've ever had. Well, yeah. I would hope so. Most hotels don't have this. If you're just comparing it to other hotels, although it doesn't have a pool. So there, negative points for the Star Cruiser. I mean, it's a whole other, it's not, you can't compare it to other hotel experiences. It was meant to be its own thing, and it is. And maybe the world just wasn't ready. But I think really what the world wasn't ready for was that price tag. I think that was the biggest hurdle. I mean, they were, we were talking about it. It's like, who can even afford to do this? And we were talking about like people coming from other countries that like their land is completely saturated with oil or something, like that they have just endless diamond mines that they can draw from. Like, not us hardworking Americans. We're not going to the Star Cruiser. We're not gonna. We would be on like one of the shuttles that Obi-Wan was on, like with the whale corpse. We're like trying to get around. We're not going on the fancy ship.
Yeah, no, we were with Padme and Anakin being smuggled back to Naboo.
Yeah,
disguise.
We'd have to smuggle ourselves. We wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
Okay. With the rich folk, but that's okay. I mean, hopefully I say hopefully from this, Disney figures it out and they make something that's more accessible. But given Disney's current track record, I'm not convinced that they are going to figure anything out. It's just a rough time for Disney in a lot of different ways, from movies to theme parks. Movies in general, man, I don't know. Am I crazy for thinking that we may not have movie theaters like in 10 years? That may be like a foreign concept to our children.
I mean, I'm starting to see the family-owned ones starting to close around me.
Oh no, really?
The one you and I frequented as children.
That's right.
Recently closed.
Yes.
There was another one, another town, small theater, closed. So what's going to be left? AMC, Regal? I don't think anyone's safe. I don't think so.
Why go to a movie? Why? Let's make a list. Here's a list of reasons why I want to see a movie in a theater.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, you want me to go?
I mean, I'm having trouble right off the top thinking of something.
So the top reason would be if it's a movie, like a cinematic style movie with large effects, sweeping landscapes. I would like a large screen. I'd like to feel as though I'm immersed in said movie. Outside
audio
of that,
too? Sure. Yeah.
Audio to me, I mean, listen, I think 80% of the movies so far that I've been to, there's been some chucklehead in the background yakking away. And it's like, I don't need that.
That is probably the number one, that and price, number 1 and 2 reasons to not go to the movies, because you can't control the environment. And if some knucklehead is making a racket, or even worse, has their phone out so you get that light pop up and totally distract you, you can either risk your life and say, hey, buddy, knock it off, or you can go get a person, and then you lose time from the movie. Like, there's no good solution there.
Would you rather wait and just say, okay, this is what I would have paid? Because what do you normally do? You go to the movie, you go on Tuesday.
I'll go on Tuesday.
You got your $8, right? Maybe tops. Do you get popcorn?
Less than that. Yeah, I'll get popcorn because it's cheaper.
You get a drink?
To get a drink, get the slushie.
Okay. And are you over $20 at that point?
For 2 tickets, probably.
So why don't you just stay home, wait for it to
right
come on digital, rent it, or buy it for $20?
For $20. And it used to be you had to see it right away because you didn't want to get spoiled. But now you get spoiled 8 months in advance. You got set photos before the movie's even complete. There's no avoiding spoilers.
You get plot leaks and everything. I mean, we all already know the complete plot. Obviously, it was supposed to be out already, but that Captain America movie. Plot leaked.
Plot leaked. We know, and we don't care. McDonald's ruined it for kids.
They did.
The kids are like, why is the Hulk red? What's going on here?
Right.
So, yeah, I think very quickly, and you can trace this back to the pandemic where we couldn't go to movies, and then theaters or studios adjusted. They put stuff out on streaming instead.
They did.
We got Frozen 2 popped up there very quickly. And
we
then
had Onward very quickly.
Yeah.
Pixar.
And then HBO or Max, whatever it was, they were showing like
their
Mortal
whole catalog.
Kombat, Wonder
their
Woman
whole yearly
instead.
catalog.
Right.
Yes.
So we got used to it. And there's no putting that genie back in the lamp at that point. It's like we can have it this way. Well, that's the way I prefer it. Like it didn't used to be an option. And then suddenly it became an option. And it's like, yes, I choose this. I don't know. I'm not going back. You can't make me. And a lot of people, most people, haven't gone back to the theater.
I gotta say, I mean, Frozen Empire is already out on digital. I think I saw it a month ago.
Right. Well, the Fall Guy, they're talking about, like, that performed so poorly that they're rushing it onto digital to try to recoup some of that marketing budget, where it's still, front of mind for the people that saw the marketing.
Yeah. What
so
else?
The studios aren't helping themselves.
If tanked.
If another one and tanked, yeah. And then this week we had Garfield and Furiosa, and that did not perform well either of those movies.
Against the Memorial Day holiday, though, I'm not surprised.
But this is the time when people go. This is the kickoff to the summer season. Historically, this is supposed to be a big weekend for movies.
Well,
but not anymore.
Movie?
Well, you know where it is. It's at McDonald's. It's waiting. Go make it yourself. Have it your way. Not Spurgeon.
Well, you have those movies. I mean, one's obviously a family movie, which should draw the parents in who just want to keep the kids cool with the AC.
Sure.
And they'll just put them in front of everything. And the other one's an R-rated movie. And it's like, right there, you cut a good amount of your audience out. Because of the rating.
That's how it worked. That everybody was trying to recreate the Barbenheimer, and you had the R-rated movie, and you had the more family-friendly, at least going by the rating of it. So they thought that maybe there was a chance, but no, not happening. Movies are done. Here's the thing. Here's the bigger conversation.
Theaters are done. Movies might not be done, but theaters.
No. Here's the bigger conversation. Okay. Here's the higher level conversation. Our 2-hour, $150 million budget movies antiquated? Is this a thing that we should still be making? Does it make sense? Because they're not making back their budget in theaters, maybe down the line. But do we even need movies like this anymore? Like, what happened to the small comedies? You don't get those anymore. There's a whole generation of kids that aren't getting family-friendly comedies.
That's true. I can agree with you there. And like you
Where's
said,
our Mrs. Doubtfire?
Where is she? Where are they? You
Help us on the way, dear.
You have production companies like A24 that are putting out quality, lower budget movies that are making back everything that they put into it and then some.
They just got the eye of Spielberg. Apparently, they're really tearing things up.
Oh,
but yeah, I just don't know. And then going beyond that, the audience is changing. Kids today, they don't have the temperament. They don't have the attention span.
People barely have enough time to watch us for 5 seconds.
That's right.
TikTok.
TikTok. I mean, internet video, if it's longer than 5 seconds, it better be real damn good. Like, you had people watching Jenny for 4 hours. My goodness, that content doesn't come around every day.
No.
So it's like kids aren't going to grow up and want to be filmmakers in the sense that we did. They're like the next Quentin Tarantino is not going to exist. The next Spielberg, it's not going to be there. It's going to be kids that just want instant fame on TikTok. It's just different. So I don't know.
I don't know
what's
either.
gonna happen.
I mean,
it's not like I'm like, damn, I wish there were more movies. It's like, yeah, when I'm going through the back catalog trying to find something to watch with the kid, yeah, I wish there were more movies. But just for me, I was like, I don't even care. I don't have time to go to the movies.
No, I don't either.
Babysitter? It's not gonna happen.
I find myself. I've got 2 movies I want to see. I want to see that Planet of the Apes movie that I haven't seen yet, and I want to see Furiosa. But
yeah,
try to find a spare minute for me to get over there.
Sure.
And plop down for 2+ hours.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, movies used to be my main thing. I would go, like, if I didn't have class that day, I would go during the day. I would go by myself. I loved movies. And now, movies are what you watch on your phone. It's a different thing. You get your stories different ways.
You do.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's just the reality of it. And I don't think Hollywood is ready to adapt because you still have actors that want to make millions of dollars, and you have companies that have, directors and CEOs and all that want to make millions of dollars. They don't want to, like, be outdone by some kid in his bedroom on TikTok, but that's where we're headed. Start giving that kid $1 million. That's what we're trying to do here. Somebody give the Reluctant Adult podcast $1 million. See what we'll do with it. See how good this show will be. Think of all the yard sales you could hit with $1 million.
Quite a few. I could take some time off of work and
take your private Taylor Swift jet, fly cross country. Let's do a cross country toy hunt. Think about that.
Oh wow,
that'd be
those fun. Those always interest me. Isn't that you see people on social media and they're like, oh, we're going from point X to point Y. And they're like hitting every target in between trying to find something. And it's like, and they're like, I got the kids in the car and everything. And it's like, just bring your kids to vacation. Don't incorporate collecting into your family time.
Well, they're trying to make it a write-off. If it's a business expense. Look at it, I'm making content. So? It's a business expense. That's why everyone that goes to Disney, I'm working here. I got to write it off on my taxes.
Oh.
So, needless to say, I don't know.
I don't know either.
It needs to be said. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
No, I mean, we spoke about our movies, and I still, at the end of it, I don't need to go.
I don't care enough. Nobody's making something I'm like, oh, I got to see it. Like, once Star Wars ended, once Harry Potter ended, Marvel's still going on for all intent and purposes. The thing people cared about ended with Endgame. All the storylines wrapped up, and they didn't start any new ones that people care about yet. Now, you have a chance with X-Men, you have a chance with Fantastic Four, but if you this one up, it's really over. If you mess this one up, it's done. You're donezo. Bye-bye. Gonna get by with your Disney Plus series. See how that works out for you. So that was a lot. That was a lot to start off the show. Usually it's not that much, but
it's a little lighter.
It's a little lighter. I'm sorry to hit you with the heavy stuff. Well, let's lighten it up a little. Zuru babies. You want to talk about Zuru babies?
Has anyone seen Zuru babies? Have you ever seen a Zuru baby?
I'm not convinced they exist.
Yeah, I don't think they convinced in the store. So Zuru babies is obviously Zuru's famous. I have.
You got a baby?
I will tell you what. I have a baby.
The stork bring it?
Sure. If you call the United States Postal Service the stork, by all means.
They don't
the
like
stork
it.
Brought it.
That.
All right. So Zuru babies made by Zuru. Ever popular, extremely popular with doll groups, is where we're finding these laying, and obviously miniature groups, on Facebook. And my mother actually enjoys her vintage doll collection and collecting dolls, and
show me the baby.
Experience.
Show me the squishy baby.
On it. I'm working on it. All right,
him up, hold him up by his head and squiggle him. I want to see how squiggly he is.
All right, hold on. We're gonna do the Zuru. We're gonna do the
Pull
baby
his
last.
arms as far as they'll go.
So there's 12 babies.
One of every color.
There's
Probably,
right? three sets.
Oh, they're segregated.
Yeah. So
the babies are separate but equal.
So there's one with so yellow as the theme color, and then there's a pink and I think a teal.
Teal.
So,
okay.
And this one came with the buggy, the stroller,
pram, if you will.
The pram gets removed. You can carry.
That's
the pram.
That's like what our friends would have. The very fancy.
You
stroller.
can move front to back,
backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Is it a good quality?
It is excellent. You do build it, similar to like the shelves for the mini brands.
How much are these? Like 10?
I believe they're $9.99. They're not.
Wow.
I have a 2-pack. They're very inexpensive.
Yeah.
You get an accessory that's unique. So each one of these comes with a unique accessory.
All right.
This one came with a bottle.
Very
nice
important.
Little bottle. Yeah. In yellow.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
The baggies themselves. Oh, that's the baby baggie. I know you want to see the baby baggie.
Show me the baby.
This is the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got and I think some of them come with a diaper. This one comes with the bunting, the little blanket.
Swaddle.
Yes. And then we get the birth certificate that you can name the baby. So
that's wonderful.
Five items. Five items in total.
I want a little frame with the footprints on it.
Yes. So these are they're going crazy. People in doll groups and just are finding these. I don't know where they're finding them.
Where?
First of all, because
there's no shelf
they don't
tags
exist at Walmart.
at Target.
There's no shelf tag. They're still trying to clear out all those NBA Zuru figures. And then finally, let's get to the baby.
Last but not least,
so
the actual
in this package.
Do.
Oh, the reveal! There I got it. Oh, gummy baby.
He's got a lot of hair.
So there's the baby.
Is that hair or just distortion on the camera? I guess it's just distortion.
It's hair.
That's got hair. Okay. Stretch the baby.
Stretch the baby.
Stretch him. Oh, he stretches. There he is.
Yes.
Mr. Fantastic Baby. There you go.
So lovely little baby.
Jiggle the baby. Jiggle him. There he goes.
There we go.
So you feel like a real baby?
I mean, it feels like, yeah. And it looks, I mean, the detailing on the face, I mean, it's for the price, it's got a little butt.
It's got a butt? Wow.
Yep. It's got a sculpted tush. It's got sculpted hair, or at least
are they
printed
all the
on
same
hair.
sculpt? Are all the babies the same sculpt?
I don't know if they are all the same sculpt. They are adorable, though. That's the thing. They're so cute. Look at it. A cute little baby.
Does it identify their gender, or would you let them choose?
No.
When they're old enough? No.
Yeah. So, obviously, the bunting can go...
I've never heard this term, bunting. So fun.
You've never heard the term bunting?
It's just their blanket, you wrap them in?
Yeah.
Bunting.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, that's nice. No diaper, though? It's going to get messy.
This one didn't come with the diper. The other one...
Like
one of the other ones. My mother picked up 6 of these, and she found them for a reasonable price.
Where'd you find them?
A Facebook group. The Facebook doll group.
Not in person.
Not in person. Here's the exciting thing, though. So, in doll groups, there is a degree of customization with clothing, where people will pay other people to make clothes for these.
Nice.
Yes, and so obviously they're handmade. However, there's a hack.
Sure.
And the recent hack is purchasing the Honeybee Acre figures.
What?
Now watch this amazing thing. Watch this.
Where do you find Honeybee Acre? Is that Target?
At Walmart. At Walmart has Honeybee Acres, and Target has Woodies. So here's a unicorn doll. So we're going to take the dress off the unicorn.
And just throw that away. We don't need the unicorn anymore.
Toss the unicorn. You're a mythical creature. No one needs you.
Not
Watch this.
Not a baby.
Watch what's going to happen. Watch the magic.
What the hell? Oh my god.
I haven't had to dress a baby in 4 years.
It's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
I know, right? I should have practiced before. No, I did practice before. That's what took me so long to get on the...
I can cut this part, but I'm not gonna. It's gold.
No, don't cut this.
The anticipation.
Yes.
Of hearing
what this baby
will sound like dress for the podcast listeners. And
there it is.
There it is. Look at that. Fully dressed baby.
Little baby.
Honey Acres or whatever.
Honeybee Acres. Let's put
Honeybee
her in the
Acres.
pram. There we go. In the pram. In the baby. There we go.
What's that baby
Let's go
this
for
week
a walk.
that wanted to go to the Boston
Oh,
something?
Kate? She wanted to go to the Four Seasons in Orlando?
The Four Seasons, that's right. Why did that not seem amazing to me? I was like, yeah, babies respond. Like that didn't seem like out of character for a baby.
So
like,
I've been enjoying the voiceover stuff more than anything else. With like the distinguished gentleman.
Yes.
Yes.
Today
that's what I have been enjoying.
Yeah.
I've also been enjoying that it's taken away some of that 15 minutes from the Chick-fil-A girl. I was kind of getting tired of the Chick-fil-A girl.
You hate her. I know you do.
Well, I prefer the baby, to be honest with you.
The Chick-fil-A girl, it's not her fault that she got famous. I blame TikTok. I blame the viewers. But there's just nothing there. It's like, what do you... Like, what? It's not like she's a comedian. She just makes a face.
She just makes a face.
There's just, like this is what I'm talking about. Kids would rather watch this than go see Furiosa. So.
Yeah, right. I'd rather watch this.
Looks like the chicken from the Sky is Falling movie, whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Again, not her fault. I'm not blaming her. Good for her.
No.
Take the money and run. But like, what are we doing as a society that's entertainment now? All right, well that's good. I do want the Zuru babies, so hopefully those start shipping soon. I would like to see more.
So.
I'd like to see other creatures. Can you just have Zuru adults and they're just like little gummy adults in there with like an office desk and like crippling anxiety? Like I'd like to see those.
I mean, it's just fun. I mean, it's I would say it's borderline hyper realistic based. Scale to whom?
Could this be baby Luke and Leia? If we played our cards right?
Could this be baby Luke and Leia? Do I have...
Black Series?
I do have a Black Series figure. It might not be the Black Series figure that we want, but we're going to...
not the Black Series you were looking for.
We are going to... This is a fun segment.
It's a lot of show and tell.
This was my TikTok. This was not my TikTok. This was my show and tell for the week.
Show and tell.
All right, here we go. And is it good? Is it good? Is the clone trooper holding the baby?
Oh, that looks fine. They're color coded.
Yeah, it doesn't look terrible.
That's not bad. Yeah, he's got to rescue
the Jedi.
Baby.
It's a Jedi baby.
It's Baby Yoda in there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Zuru. Well, we wrap up our Zuru talk. They are also doing... I think that looks fine. They're doing retro items. There's a set that has a floppy disk, which is great. I love that.
Figure out what that is. What the heck
Kodak,
is that?
a roll of Kodak film.
A roll of film? Yeah.
These are great. I see this. I thought Zuru was done with the mini brands. I was like, what else could they do? But they figured it out.
Right.
And then they're just doing like household items, like power drill and a vacuum. And like the IKEA cubes, that we all have. The cubes.
Oh, sure.
They're doing those.
Yeah. Nice.
Great. Zuru back on top. They had to recover from the misstep of the cooking thing where they tried to steal the Miniverse thunder and it didn't quite work out. I don't think it quite worked out.
That aisle in Target is insane. It's all balls. All balls.
It's all balls. What was that aisle before balls? Now it's all balls.
I have no idea.
What was it
a mix
before?
Between like brats.
Yeah.
But it's all balls now.
It's all balls. Balls as far as the eye can see. Yeah. Imagine there was an earthquake and all the balls rolled out and they just rolled to one end of the store. And it's just coming at the guy and he's like, Three Stooges rolling on him. It rolls him right out of the front. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun scene in a movie. Let's make that movie. Disaster.
My balls.
My balls. All right, Bill. Well, that was tremendous. I need to take a moment.
Glad you appreciate it.
Recover from all this first half hour. This first half of the show was just something else. So I'm gonna take a moment. We'll take a refresher, and we will be right back. All right, Bill. Last week, well, actually 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I went to Goodwill. Actually, did a toy hunt video, and they had these Gecko Gecko Funko Pops, and they had a lot of them. They did like a dozen or more, and I was like, "Hey, does anyone want these?" And like some people said, "Yeah, I would like one." And then I sent them a message, And one guy responded. One guy. So he is getting one. But then we made a video last week talking about how nobody responded. And I posted that video. And everybody responded. Hundreds and hundreds of people across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all said, like, hey. So
yes.
I noted a couple.
Turned this into a nationwide contest at this point.
Well, we talked before about giveaways not working.
Yeah.
This was not intended to be a giveaway. I was just going to give away this pop because I thought it was neat. And people said they wanted. You
might have had like a couple people here that were interested.
Yeah. Right.
And you did at the time.
Yeah. And then, like I said, hundreds of people have now said they want. And obviously, I do not have hundreds. I wish I did.
Right.
There were not hundreds available to me. And also, just the shipping alone. You're trying to put me out of business here. So I just want to read off a couple of the comments that people left on the videos in their way of sort of claiming one. So the first one, can a fella get a Gecko pop? Please send me one of the Gecko pops. If you have both colors, I'll take both. Well, that's pretty greedy. Wow. I don't know.
That is...
I didn't say like, hey, there's no like rules to this. So people just sort of like went rogue, and this is what they thought.
This isn't an internet yard sale site, like a free site where someone's like, I'll DM you. I can be there now. Well, I can be there now before the other guy now.
Two people unsolicited sent me their P.O. box numbers. Or this guy, this is his actual, he lives in Rancho Cucamonga. So again, California, I'm not too far. This guy, by the way, I love what you two do. I'm definitely a fan. So this guy had the right idea. Compliment us. That's what you're going to do. Let's see, some more. This guy, no joke, I'm looking for Pac-Man and Q*bert. Bad. Well, that's completely unrelated, sir.
That's your problem.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
One of my personal grails, I collect promotional pops. It's such a wild promotion. Great find. I agree. It was a great find. My niece walked it while I was watching you video. She screamed, it's so cute. Can I have one? Was her screaming cute? Or are you saying the pop is cute? Not sure, given your... Wait, where did she walk? Did she just learn to walk when she saw our video? You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let me get one, bro. I'll put his ass in a jar. Now...
I don't know if he'll like that.
I'm not sure why you would need... Is that some of that, the skibbity-doo, like, kids language that we're not familiar with? Is that an expression with the youngsters?
Put it in a jar?
One of my holy grails, I collect promotional pops. I think I already said that. I'd love one. The gecko was a huge part of my childhood. What? What could that even mean? This person just bragging. I have over 400 Funkos. Would love to have it for my collection. We can even trade. I have a couple of doubles. A lot of people said they would trade or they were willing to pay shipping because I did say how much shipping would probably cost me to sell or to ship it to California. There was some guy, he asked us to autograph it. Now that guy, he really understood the assignment. Like that, yeah.
Well, you're going to have to forge my name.
Well, that's the thing. I would have to
mail it to me and
to Massachusetts. Then I guess you would ship it. You would ship it off from there.
Yeah,
that's too much work.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
You expect me to do that? I'd probably just keep it and be like, I got an autograph, all Gecko.
Yeah, the guy would you would never get it, sir. So thank you, but you would never get it. All right, so here's the thing. Let me get him.
Didn't someone else very special comment?
Did they? Who commented?
I thought they did. Didn't the Gecko himself comment?
Well, the Gecko actually did comment on the original Toy Hunt video, so not even on this one. So maybe he's just a couple weeks behind. He will comment.
Maybe we should send them back to Gecko.
Maybe we should just return to sender. No, here's what we're going to do. If you want to win one of these Gecko-ween Gecko Funko Pops, here's all you have to do. Watch this video for the next 5 seconds, and I'm going to explain all you need to do. Have you seen those videos where people want to have their debt paid off?
Yes.
I did the math. If only 100 million people watch this video for the next 5 seconds, we can pay off all my debts. So let's see how that works. Ooh. And you have a chance of winning one of these Gecko geckos. So because we have the Reluctant Adult podcast across different platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or if this is airing on TikTok, other platform, and other platform, I'm going to give one of these to each of those three. So if you follow us on all three, you have a better chance of winning. So here's what we're going to do. I mostly care about our account growing. And the way you grow an account is by good engagement. Now, what is engagement? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's a secret. So I am going to pick whomever engages the hardest with this video. I'm picking you, sir or madam, or they. So start engaging. Engage as hard as you can.
Engage your asses off.
Engage your ass off. And you might walk away with the Gecko gecko. So there you go.
Couldn't be any simpler. I gotta tell you.
And here's the thing. You're probably listening to this Monday morning being like, well, that's not fair. I listen to this podcast every week. You're not going to give one to your podcast viewers. You have a heads up. Go follow us on all of those social channels and know before everyone else what you're supposed to do. Easy peasy, right? That's why you want to listen to the podcast. You get that early heads up. So that should be good, right?
I think so. I think we're good.
You can catch lightning in a bottle twice, right? Like that's a thing. That's a known thing.
I believe so. There's certain times, yeah, it can happen.
Yeah. I was really surprised because, like I said, that first video nobody responded except that one guy.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess I said the magic words. I need to recreate everything about that video exactly so that we get the same response. It was so crazy. I also posted that video with what's her name? Mallory Lewis, Sherry Lewis's daughter.
You did? And
I tagged her, but thus far she has not responded, which I know is disappointing to you. I went back in the archives to find a photo of Sherry Lewis. Sherry Lewis, I don't know if you knew this, but she was quite the smoke show back in the day.
What?
Did you see that? I think we all know her as the older lady. But when she was a young 20-something with a couple of puppets on her hand, not too bad. Not too bad at all. My wife agrees.
Oh, okay. I think you're probably just attracted to the puppets at that point.
Well, wait a minute. I don't like
puppets.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't like that you. Well, I'm thinking back to last week when you had that ladle up that thing's ass, and I was like, "Wow, what's happening here?" I don't know.
Wingding was assless. He's just he's essentially a sock at this point.
Listen, there's definitely a joke. There's definitely a joke. I don't think I even need to make it because everybody's already making it in their head.
Sure.
My favorite thing from that video is the one guy who listens to the podcast commented, and he enjoyed the cut we made because I had you say three different things at the end, and I chose the one, and he said good job, and I was like, the real ones know.
Appreciate it.
So again, if you listen to the podcast, you are one step ahead of everybody else.
You are, and we appreciate you.
We appreciate more than you can know.
Yeah.
We love everyone, even that one guy that's really mad at Bill for going to the yard sale. So now there's a couple. There's at least 3 guys now. And it's funny because you did not enjoy his comment so much that you said, I don't wish for you to be on our social media anymore.
Yeah.
And I went to message him today, and it said, this man cannot comment on your stuff. And I was like, well, I really want him to. So I changed it.
Okay.
I sent him the update because they are currently recording their show right now, I believe.
Ooh.
I wish I could check in and see how their Saturday show. I was trying to I was trying to watch their last show to see because it happened on Wednesday, I think. And was that after this whole thing went down? Maybe it wasn't.
I don't remember.
Maybe this would be the first show. So we'll have to watch back this show that's airing currently and see. Okay. But I don't want anyone to be mad at us. just because we got a good deal. You, Bill, didn't defraud a charity. A library's not a charity, first of all.
No, first of all, no. And second of all, I've been mulling this over in my head, and maybe it's time for me to be a little brave and just take my shirt off.
Well,
don't worry, I've got another shirt on underneath.
Oh, I wasn't worried.
Oh, you're going to be
I want
scared.
those ratings.
Oh, no.
I want those ratings.
That's an eggplant.
Wait a minute. What is it?
Oh, I don't know.
So much show and tell on this week's episode.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Did you run this by me first?
I didn't run anything by anyone.
I don't know who that guy is. I don't know
him.
Fine.
That's fine. We don't have to.
This is not sanctioned.
Blur it out for all I care.
There's a vegetable.
Yeah.
And a man. Did you use AI to create this?
I used AI to at least create the eggplant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
Just make me put my shirt. Make me put the other shirt back on. I dare you. Just do it.
No, I think it's better this way. I mean, this is not. We're not. I don't. You're not.
Listen, if you're gonna put my face on. Listen, if you're gonna put my face on your account, slamming me about
that's a good
finding
point.
a good deal.
It's a very good point.
Without my consent and without any engagement. That's true. It is.
True.
Painting me in a bad light. Listen, ooh. I know how much a firehouse costs. I know how much a firehouse with accessories costs. And let me tell you something, sir. No fire pole, no containment unit, half a door, no sign.
No sign.
That thing, $20, roached out. You know where it is right now? Not the trash. Where? It's up in my kid's bedroom being played with. All right? Wow. So I'm not some flipper driving around like somebody I know, filling their back of their truck with merchandise. Let's talk about that. Okay?
Is that what you did?
Let's do a little research.
I didn't research him too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. So that was a lot.
We're there.
Was a lot. We see. Think of all the people we've feuded with in the past: Toy Scales and Adventures in Collecting.
Yep.
They got off easy. They were. Yeah. I mean, we didn't make shirts of them.
No.
But maybe we should. Well, that's. I don't even know how to. I can't even. I don't even know. I'm gonna say goodnight to my son. So that's how I'm gonna transition.
Good night, buddy.
How would you? You said I could win.
You can't win. I'm sorry, you're not eligible.
Oh no, you're
no friends or family.
Disqualifying your child.
I have to keep one. That's why I had 4, and I'm giving away 3. Actually, I had 5 because I gave the one guy from California is already boxed up, so he's good to go. So if you get your pop and it's a little beat up, it's because that guy did something to it. Okay. Well, I guess
recompose yourself.
I'm staring at the guy. He looks like a Shaolin monk with the beard. Is that the fellow? I was watching the show. I didn't even see anyone that looks like that. Are you sure that's the right guy?
If it's not, it's not. I don't know. It's even better if it's not.
It is actually much better if it's not. It is actually much better. I think we have a new business model here where we just make shirts featuring random people who post photos on the internet, because if you post it on the internet, it's up for grabs. Right? Is that the law?
Yeah. If you put something down on the ground at a yard sale, it's up for grabs.
It's up for grabs.
You put it out in front of your yard for free. It's up for grabs. What am I supposed to? What am I driving by the house and seeing some free crap on the side of the road and then knocking on their door and being like, "Here's a couple bucks. This was worth a little bit more than free." That's not how it works. Not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
Damn it. Wow. What an this is going to be our Emmy consideration episode. There's just so much. There's too much. Too much. I was joking about 4 hours, but listen, we haven't even started talking about our news for the week.
No.
Are you ready for that? Should we get in the news?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Technodrome re-release, Amazon exclusive. not confirmed, but there's a product page up. There were photos.
There are.
You excited about that?
How you feel?
You finally get to own a new one.
Sure, I already have the vintage one.
Fresh. Well, I know, but you didn't get it. You got it at a yard sale,
I'll just put it. I did for $2.
Yeah.
Back when I was ripping off yard sales when I was 10.
You've been ripping off yard sales since you were a kid.
I have been.
That should be the shirt. Ripping off yard sales, estimation 2000 or 19, whatever the year.
And that was a Boy Scout yard sale too.
Listen, they deserve it. They're not even the boys; they're just the scouts. Now. I've been ripping off the scouts so long that they used to be the Boy Scouts. Now they're just the scouts. That's how you know.
So I have the original, that's an exciting thing. You do.
I have the original behind me as well, but there are a couple of pieces missing. So I almost feel like I would get this just to populate the rest of it on the cheap, and maybe hopefully the quality is similar. I don't know.
Yeah.
$90, is that what I saw?
I thought I saw 80, but it could have been 89.
Ish. Yeah.
I feel it's reasonable. I feel it's a reasonable price.
I think so. What did it originally retail for back in the 80s?
Not $2.
Not $2. Probably like 60, 70 bucks. It's probably like price adjust that.
Yeah.
It's probably like $3,000.
It was probably $40. I think I went and tried to look and see, and it was probably $40.
It's very reasonable. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how well that does. And then, do you think we would get the sewer layer? Is that like the big boy for turtles?
You feel like it is? I've always
been
think the Technodrome drill. I enjoyed the drill. You remember that?
Oh, the drill.
I never had
the drill. Well, now they need to do the turtle torture. Now that we talked about re-release that thing. That's what the kids.
You know what I never saw in
Satanists
stores was any of the ooze for the most recent movie. Did you ever come across? Everybody bought those cases out.
It had the little mini turtle in there.
It had a mini turtle in it, and it was a canister of ooze. Gone.
I don't think I saw like the Ghostbusters set either, like from the first movie.
Oh, the little marshmallow.
My store
container?
did not get any ooze. Okay. No ooze. Yeah.
So it's a fun.
We were talking about. We were hoping that this Hasbro announcement was that they were going to do the Firehouse. Speaking of the Firehouse and re-release it.
Yeah.
So Playmate's kind of like, one-upping them in this way, getting that big playset out there. I do wonder if Hasbro will ever pull it together. They just seem content doing re-releasing this Ecto 1 in this weird scale with G.I. Joe scale. I don't know what they're doing with that. All right. So there was a cancellation notice that went out this week for one of these figures that is meant to look like another figure. So back in the Toy Biz days, or actually right after they became Marvel toys, and they stopped doing... They were Marvel toys, but they sold off Marvel to Hasbro, or they licensed out. So they were Marvel toys making non-Marvel toys. So they were doing a superhero set of non-Marvel superheroes, and they had like Savage Dragon, and I'm sure there were other
Savage Dragon.
I don't know. Like, these were not household names for me.
The centerpiece for this was the Build-A-Figure, right?
This Build-A-Figure, and this was coming off the heels of like the Sentinel, Apocalypse, like all of these huge Build-A-Figures, and this one was equally big, but it was wider than it was tall, and it was for Pit. A Pit. I don't know who this character is. He came with a very tiny little boy named Timmy. That was it was his accessory. But this figure, it's very sought after. I ended up selling mine during the pandemic for hundreds of dollars. Like, people want this figure. So this company said, hey, we're kind of scumbags. Well, let's just make this toy and call it something else. But it's clearly supposed to be this character. So they're doing that, and then Big Bad Toy Store was like, oh, we found out that they don't have the rights to this character, even though they didn't name the toy after the character that they don't have the rights to. Yeah. Like, are you surprised? Like, wait, did you think they had the rights to the character, but they chose to not name it the character? Or did you get a little cease and desist and like, hey, knock this shit off. You can't sell our character, even if you call it something else.
Yeah, it's definitely something in terms of what's allowed, because you see people making shirts with I mean, this might be it might not be a similar thing, but you see people using other IPs and trademarks and everything else, and selling shirts for their merch stores and everything, and it's all like registered IP for like Disney or Marvel or anything like that. And it's like, well, how are they getting around that? And then you have this where it's a toy of a homage to another toy.
Shirts are definitely the Wild West because it's print on demand. So it's like the thing doesn't exist until somebody orders it, and then you could be done. Like there's not like you made a million of them and then you're stuck with them. But with this, it's a toy. You got to make the mold. Like there's a lot that goes into it. So I think there's a lot more on the line than people are willing to chance it. So I don't know if that thing is happening. I don't know why they couldn't just license it. I don't know who holds the license to Pit right now, but hopefully it all works out. People obviously upset getting their cancellation emails, but what are you doing? You shouldn't be buying stuff that's not legit. Come on.
No, you shouldn't.
Did you know that they're making a new live action Street Fighter movie?
I didn't. No. What?
I saw the logo this week. They released the logo. And it looks like Street Fighter. I think that if the logo is any indication, this is going to be a very accurate Street Fighter movie.
Okay. So just
I honestly, were you a bigger fan of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter growing up?
I played both, and I feel like Mortal Kombat was more interesting because it was like the bad boy of the fighting games. Like it was like you weren't supposed to be playing this game unless you were like 20 years old. Yeah,
people were dying.
Right. Whereas Street Fighter was just kind of like cartoon fighting.
Yeah. Well, I gravitated towards Street Fighter because I liked the designs of the characters better. Whereas in Mortal Kombat, I felt like everyone was just sort of like a dark shade of a color, and then that was their, like, you had like Scorpion, but he was also Sub-Zero, and then there was Smoke and Reptile, like you had all the ninjas, and then there were some bangers like Goro, like that is one of the greatest character designs of all time. I like Mortal Kombat, but I definitely say I was Team Street Fighter, and I loved the Street Fighter toys that came out from Soda. I was real big into that whole thing, and then Jada's doing them now.
I did appreciate G.I. Joe Street Fighter.
That was fun, if not confusing.
Fun.
I wasn't sure why that because it's not like something they had done before, really, where they brought other characters into the G.I. Joe aesthetic, and like I mean, it was a crossover, right? They had like them fighting G.I. Joe.
They did at one point, yeah.
And then they had the live action commercials where they made people dress up as the characters. That was fun,
right? Yeah, I enjoyed.
Very 90s.
Blanca was good.
But I do feel like Street Fighter could translate into a live action movie and not be dorky like the one that we got.
Oh, with
like I feel like you could treat the source material with a little more respect, and not even saying that it, like, I just feel like you could take it a little more seriously and it would be a good movie. Yeah, I think it's possible. We will see, but I think it's possible.
I mean, for the time, as goofy as that movie was, it is fun.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
It is fun. You got Raul Julia. You got
his last role.
You have Jean-Claude Van Damme. You have Kylie Minogue is in that.
You have Jean-Claude Van Damme playing the American Guile, who was made the main character, even though we all
he
agree.
Is not. So who is the main character?
Ryu, however you want to say it.
Okay, so that's always that has always thrown me off. At least, coming from the movie, I always have assumed that Guile is the main character.
No,
it's the truth.
If you just play the video game, I guess you decide. But there's a lot of anime, and I feel like there's a relationship between Ryu and Ken.
Yeah,
and the fact that they both have the karate gi, I feel like that's a built-in storyline. Like, what's going on there? So I always thought that Ryu was the main character, but of course Ryu was supposed to be Japanese, so you couldn't have a Japanese character as the main character of your movie. But then you cast where's Jean-Claude from? Did he do an American accent as Guile?
I think he tried to, but I don't think it came through.
It did work. It did work. It was just it was some bizarre. They were just picking whoever like the hottest star was at the time.
Well, he was. I mean, historically, I think he was high for most of that movie.
Like on drugs?
Oh yeah.
You can confirm that?
I mean, I've heard
Stop trying to
stories.
steal my geckos. You heard stories.
Yes, I've heard
Well,
things.
we don't want to
I heard
slander.
things.
Listen, we don't want to slander anybody.
I don't want
We
to.
don't want. You're not going to come out here with a T-shirt wearing with him, a little under his nose or something like that. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Jada gets to do the toy line for the movie toys. That would be interesting. Jada, listen, skyrocket to the moon. Everybody loves Jada. You are a King of the Hill super fan.
I am,
as you've announced. The voice actor for Bobby Hill came out this week, and unconfirmed whether this is true or not, but she was talking about the time jump and that Bobby will be 21 and a chef in a fusion restaurant. Is that correct?
I don't know if they said chef. I think they said that he would be working at a fusion restaurant.
He'd be like a busboy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you showed me a photo. Was that AI or was that actual from somebody?
No, I believe that was AI. That wasn't.
Okay.
That wasn't anything.
Because I was like,
from.
Yeah, probably that's what it's gonna look like.
That was horrifying.
What do you think Bobby's gonna look like as
I don't
21?
know.
You think he's gonna be slender?
Not that. I
think that's pretty close. I close.
I mean, this stocky child here. Yeah, I'm right on here.
There it is. Look, you got everything.
I mean, throw the photo up that I sent you. It's like
how does the baby fit in his arms? You think he'll have a baby?
Let's find out.
Baby Bobby?
Baby. Oh,
baby Bobby
GH?
Billy?
Baby GH? Good Hank?
See, I didn't even watch it towards the end. I don't
know
what
you didn't.
You're talking about.
No, that wasn't even towards the end. It was his father. His grandfather had a baby, and he named him
the baby
Hank Hill, but he
fell.
called him Good Hank. I dropped the baby.
I don't remember that part, but I do remember Cotton.
I'm not the father. I'm his uncle. Or whatever he says.
That's my purse. I don't know you. Somebody made a purse of his head, and it had like.
Oh, I did see that. I did like. It was like
a Russian nesting doll or other like Bobby bags inside of it.
Yeah. No. See, I mean, I like King of the Hill to me. It was like, and now the more I start seeing, it seems like it's having some little bit of renaissance with people really enjoying it. And I always just like I like King of the Hill being my own quiet little enjoyment. Like, I like it as my own little thing. You
don't want to share. That's funny.
I don't want to share. I don't necessarily like having other people being like, look at I love King of the Hill too.
This is just for me. You're gatekeeping.
It's just for me.
That's a very King of the Hill thing to say. It's a very Hank Hill thing to say.
No.
There was
Hank Hill thing to say would be, I don't even know what a JPEG is.
Oh my God. And then he would turn to the Silver Surfer and say,
"Oh, I love that."
What? Hey, they're doing a Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie. There's a chance we get that team up again. There's a chance. When
Disney owns Fox to the hills. When Fox goes to the hills.
So you're saying there's a chance if there was, the chances are getting better every day.
I'll watch that at least once a month just because I enjoy it.
Just that commercial.
Just that little snippet for Fox Kids, that commercial with Silver Surfer and Hank Hill.
Anytime they did a crossover animation like that, just as like an interstitial commercial kind of thing, and the animation wasn't good, it would always piss me off. Or it was like a looped animation that they
this definitely
it was just looped.
It was,
and I was just like, this sucks. I hate this.
Yeah, no,
I hate this so much.
In that one particularly, the Silver Surfer was just like he was like cut out, like the frame was cut out, and he was just like
right, exactly. I know it was. I was
nodding his head.
No, this is not acceptable. To my discerning eye, I can tell this is not new animation.
Right. I don't care if my gigantic box TV isn't in HD right now.
Oh my God. That's the other thing. We grew up with such shitty images that it's like, I don't know.
Well,
they expect too much.
We watched Beauty and the Beast tonight, and that's like go to my wife, I go, did they just redo this whole movie? Because the colors are so vibrant. That's like, what did they give it a digital wash? What did they do? Because this is not the movie I saw in the theaters. This actually, the movie in the theater actually looked like someone drew it. This just looks like somebody was like, I'm gonna tell AI to like create this movie.
No. You probably have that digital smoothing on. You gotta turn that off. Everybody always yells at people. I don't know.
No, I don't have that. I think they
it's
just.
Like the.
I think
it's like the first time I got it.
Something.
Well, you know, that's the trouble with the transition from what we used to know. It's like when you play like a Nintendo game, and you're like, this looks like shit, or it's like hard to play because it's too clean, and you see it differently. So your reflexes don't work as well. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, though. You get it.
I get you.
That reminded me of something. Oh, speaking of remastering stuff, George Lucas was at Cannes this week, and he gave a little talk, and he seems to have a little bit of buyer's remorse selling off Star Wars. He's not super on board with the decisions they made in terms of story. He mentioned specifically midichlorians or the Force. He mentioned the Force and how people really don't understand it, and like the new films didn't really get it right. But like, what does that mean? Because the last that we saw from George, the Force was directly related to microscopic insects living in our blood. Like that's what he wanted, I guess. He didn't like this more general, the Force could be in anyone. He wanted specifically people with blood, insects had the Force, and that was it. I guess. Well, I don't know.
I think
he didn't explain enough.
Everyone had the blood microorganisms, but it was just the concentration of blood microorganisms that could
well, he should have done that movie where it's like
into a Force powerful. Well, that's the thing too. I think
body
that was
war.
where
Go
he
inside
was.
The body.
That's
and show
where
the
he was
bugs.
going to go next. I think that was his episode 7.
Shrink
8,
us
9.
down. Shrink us down. Go inside Yoda's blood. Let's see that movie.
Get the
Disney
magic
Plus.
school bus going.
Yes.
Shrink it down.
Yes. That's
driving
it.
into Yoda.
Yes, we're going into Yoda. You picked the wrong day to miss school. We're driving into Yoda. There was big news on Twitter this week because Pixel Dan announced he has canceled all non-Motu pre-orders. He's done pre-ordering. He doesn't like that you can't get like a specific deadline or like timeline for when you're going to get your stuff. And then he wasn't the only one, because you sent me something from Yakface where they've joined, they like made a hashtag, or there's like a whole movement, like the no pre-order.
Cancel your pre-order.
So what do you think about this?
I mean, honestly, it's you and I lived during the height of our collecting for Star Wars and everything, where we didn't pre-order. Everything just came out. There was no pre-order. It came out in abundance.
What is that?
We bought it. Yakface, Rebel Scum, Jedi Temple Archives, at least in my experience, would say, "Hey, keep an eye out. This action figure is starting to hit." And that was my indicator to go out to a store and be like, roll the dice. It might be in the store. It might not be.
Yeah.
But now it's like, let's do a pre-order. Let's put the card through. And then every single week, every single day, it reruns and charges the card until, and you're holding on to that for a year. And then you've got multiples. So,
you forget.
I think the time has come because, you'll think about it. Now, I don't have any open pre-orders right now. I haven't purchased any G.I. Joe, Star Wars. I've got nothing coming. So I'm already ahead of this movement. But you don't need a T-shirt. You just do it.
I don't. You just do it.
I've never.
I say keep it going. That's the new thing on the show. Tune in to see what Bill's T-shirt's gonna look like.
What's Bill's T-shirt?
I've never been a big pre-orderer. Now, there are some things that I will pre-order because I know that if I don't, they will sell out.
Yeah.
So, Mezco 112, if I want it, I'm probably going to pre-order it. But I will pre-order either through Mezco's website, if that's the only option, or I will pre-order through Entertainment Earth because they do not charge me until it ships, so I can always cancel if need be. So currently my pre-order, the only pre-order I have open is for the Mezco 112 5-pack of the Power Rangers, which at one point was pre-sold out. I think it's available now. Use toy code
Okay,
you can't.
I will.
It's not. It's not in stock. It's not in stock, so you can't use code TOYPOD. But find our link, order it through that, and we still get credit. Yeah, I don't like pre-ordering, but I know that toy companies kind of are depending on it, or they're leaning on it a lot. So I do wonder what the response will be if pre-orders stop being like a viable option. I just wonder what they're going to do.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I mean,
we'll find out. That'll probably be the end. That'll probably be the end of them. They're like, well, that was the last
end of
straw.
everything.
See you later.
It's the end of everything. Sorry, you don't want to buy
3D
it.
printing your own Star Wars toys.
Yeah, okay, we will. We'll make it better until it works.
Well, if Hasbro's not going to do it, maybe Todd McFarlane will pick up the license, because let's take a look at the checklist of things that Todd has done. DC, check. Transformers, he has that partnership with Hasbro now. We saw those page punchers. This week, it was announced Todd McFarlane will be making Marvel toys. Now, when this was first announced, people were like, OMG, this is it. It's happening.
Right.
But hold on. Hasbro will still be making Marvel Legends. These are not even articulated. These are movie maniacs.
These are akin to his early days as sculptured Hummel type.
Nerd
Do not
Hummels.
touch it. It will break.
Michael Crawford
break.
coins. It will break.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think what they're doing here, they're taking some of Todd's key moments as an artist, and they are bringing those on. So that's fine. You know,
that is.
Todd, not one to turn away a license. So you would like me to make toys for your property? Well, sure. I'll find a spot for you. No problem. So we'll see what that. Not anything that I'm interested in personally, but you never know. This may be his foot in the door
of 2024.
Pretty quick. That's the one thing he does that I think we can all appreciate. He'll announce something, and then it's like there. It's ready to go.
It is. Right.
That's great. That's the way I wish
that is
everyone would do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has his pre-order went up yet for the Tumbler from Batman Begins?
Well, that's a good question, because
for the Dark Knight.
There's two all of a sudden.
Well, there's two. This is a surprise. So the one that people want is the 2-pack with Lucius Fox, the figure, and that is a Todd McFarlane store, a Store McFarlane exclusive gold label.
Okay.
Do we know the price on that?
I want to say it was either $69 or $79.
Because I thought that was the price for the camo tumbler, which is an Amazon exclusive.
Less, and it doesn't. That's
even less.
Figure.
Okay, it doesn't have a figure, right? That's why I thought it was cheaper. These vehicle sets, if that is true, the fact that he can do this for such a low price compared to the HasLabs we've seen fail.
Oh yeah,
this is probably the most impressive thing that McFarlane does. These vehicle 2-packs. You have that Batman 89 Batman that's like on sale now, for like $50. You can get the Batmobile and the Batman figure. It's a great figure. I almost wish I could get another one. It's great. Look at that. That's a good figure.
Batman.
Hi, Batman. See, I got stuff too.
Good. I know.
Are you gonna get that? You gonna get
Tumbler?
that? The Tumbler?
I'm not really. I don't know. I don't think I ever really liked the design of the Tumbler that much.
It was a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like we had to make Batman super realistic.
We did.
It's like it couldn't like have bat wings on it or like ears. It couldn't be a go-kart like Batman and Robin.
So I don't know if I'm so much attached to that one, at least.
That's fine.
So
that's fine. I do want that Lucius figure though. I'll be sad if there's no other way to get him. But they could like put him in different clothes. He was in all the movies. Mm-hmm. He should come. This is what they should do. You know, in the third one, Batman did have that underground like arsenal dressing room.
Yes.
I want to see that as like a play set, and that can come with Lucius.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he was even down there.
I didn't even think he was down there. No, he wasn't down there.
It was just Michael Caine was definitely down there.
He was down
Michael
there.
Caine.
You get Lucius Fox with all the TV screens when he shut down.
That'd be good.
The
Sure.
sonar. Yeah.
Sure. There's lots of now I'm on board with what he's doing with this movie line. Like, let's pretend the movie's just coming out and go back and do like all these like, you know, blink and you miss some characters.
When's the pre-order for the Batman and Batman Forever stuff?
I don't know. I feel like that one was still a ways away because they showed off Batman the Animated Series, and I feel like that is this summer. And then I almost feel like Batman and Robin or Batman Forever is next year.
Oh, wow.
Because they're still working out the Build-A-Figure for that silly Nightmare Bat.
Yeah.
So that is an example of him showing stuff off early. But we all appreciated that. We all appreciated knowing that.
And it's not. There's no pre-order
coming
for
in the
it.
pipeline.
It's just like, hey, this
right.
is
There's no
coming
pre-order.
up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I think that's still fine. That's fine. Let's see.
While you're looking, people are finding that. Not to interrupt. People are starting to find that. What were they? The sketch turtles.
Yes, the Playmates.
The Playmates
original
sketch turtles.
Now, okay, explain this to me. So the original, each artist, there are two artists that combined to make the Ninja Turtles.
Correct.
Peter Laird,
and Kevin Eastman. Yep.
Kevin Eastman. They were trying to like pop each other. They're like, you'll be funny if we drew a turtle that was a ninja, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
So one of them drew this look as the turtle, and it was Michelangelo, right? He had the nunchuck strapped to his wrist.
I believe the look that is in the toy form. No, there was one that was like a legitimate. He looked like it was a turtle, like an anthropomorphic turtle.
Well, that's what this is, isn't it?
These other ones, they're a little bit more stylized.
Well, they didn't do all four like in the original drawing, right? I'm trying to find a picture now. So I thought this original drawing.
Yeah.
And people will comment on how I say drawing weird.
Fine.
Okay, here it is. There is the turtle that they're both very turtle-like, and they don't have opposable thumbs. They both have the nunchucks strapped to their wrists, but one has the bandana like coming to a point, like a slice of pizza over the front.
Okay.
And then the other one has it more flat. One is very much more detailed. Let's see if I can see this one is Eastman. So the Eastman one is more detailed.
Yeah.
And I think that is what these are based on.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Well, people are finding them at Target, and it seems like there's one case per
of the four turtles. Okay, so this almost seems like an amalgamation because the toys are softer and their faces are a little more cartoony than I would say that the original drawing is. So these are almost like just looks like based on. They're not like exact replicas. Because I think Mondo did an exact replica of the Eastman original drawing in black and white. I don't know if it was in color too. But with all the sketch lines and all the detail, you can go buy that. So then Playmates is like, let's adapt this to the other turtles and give them their weapons. But I don't think that I think like once they did this original drawing, they went and they defined what these turtles would look like more. So I don't think these exist as you see here. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Oh yeah, even on the back of the box, it shows the two different drawings, and they're both Michelangelo. They both have nunchucks. But then they have them all posed, and I don't know. People are finding them. Are you going to buy these?
If I see them, I'll make that assessment then. I'm not really digging them.
It's very specific, but I think it's fun that Playmates is trying. We're going to see Power Rangers like these. What are they going to be doing for Power Rangers? We're going to see... I don't even know. I don't think it's going to be good, but it is what it is. Hasbro kind of fucked themselves. I think that's fine for this week.
Yeah, you think so?
I think that was a lot. I think that was a lot. Oh, you know what? One more thing.
One more thing. Perfect.
Somebody tweeted, this gentleman, Robbie Smith, at Rob Rebooted. He tweeted that he designed these new toys for Dollar Tree.
Oh, yeah.
And they're showing up, or they're on the website right now.
Okay.
Adventure Squad Rescue action figures.
Yeah.
So it says they are 2.2. It says they are 2.25 inches tall, which is very small.
Yeah, that's not big.
As I've been told, it's very small. So I even the what's the other ones that Dollar Tree has?
The Final Faction.
Those are bigger, like at least
3 and 3/4. Yeah, so there's
right.
a 3 3/4 action figure.
So
you're talking like that.
Damn little. That's like a choking
going
hazard.
down to there. Yeah.
Or so I've been told. So we'll see. We'll see what these look like in person, but they look fun designs at least.
Yeah.
So that's enjoyable. It's
they
always
look like
fun.
Rescue heroes, but like
they look like rescue heroes, definitely.
Like less bulky.
They come
obviously.
with an accessory. They each come with one accessory.
Oh, good.
It's kind of plastic free, like they're like elasticed in, like there's no bubble.
Oh,
they're just
are they
tied
made of like
into
corn as well.
They might be made of corn. They're delicious.
Great.
Yep. You can eat them when you're done with them. Sure.
I'm not seeing the movie in the movie theater. I can just put one of these in the microwave and pop up some delicious corn.
Yeah. All our toys will be microwavable, consumable in the future.
Perfect.
I think that's a perfect idea. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it's always fun to see stuff from the ground floor and the people that make our toys. And
that's perfect.
I was perusing his feed and I was like, what else has he worked on? Maybe we can get him on and talk to him about how do you become a toy designer for the Dollar Tree? What's that trajectory look like?
Yeah.
What's
just
next?
Say, hey, Dollar Tree, I have an idea.
Hey, Dollar Tree, I've got an idea.
How about?
Can't do it for $1 though. It's gonna be at least $20. Yeah. So if that's a deal breaker, let me know. All right, Bill. Anything else for this big week?
I got one quick thing. This shirt that I'm wearing, I'm going to donate it to Goodwill.
Great.
Just so I can go into Goodwill the next week and find it on the hanger.
Now,
and make content out of it.
Do you think that they will reject it?
Good question.
Because of its content? I just feel like if there was somebody like, because someone will get it and be like, oh, is this person really enjoys eggplants? He has an eggplant on his shirt. But someone else will get it and be like, yeah, I know what this is. I'm not putting this out there.
We'll find out. We'll see.
We'll find out.
See how
can you put like an Apple AirTag on it or something? I want to see where it ends up. We'll go interview.
You don't think it will just end up at the Goodwill that I? Oh, you mean if someone purchases it before
somebody
I get back
buys
there?
it? Yeah. Oh. I want to know.
Put an AirTag on it. Excuse me, you got my shirt. I got an AirTag in there.
Please put. Yeah, right. I'd like that back now.
I'll put a Post-it note. I'll put a Post-it note in it.
Yeah, sew something in.
Yes.
Sew your address into it. Like, if you find, please return. Put $1 in it so people will actually do it. Like one of those. What's the thing where people go out and they find like the what's it? This is going poorly. Can't even think of any of the words.
Where do they go?
It's like you find something in nature that somebody's put there and it has
geo-tracking.
Geo-tracking. Make it a geo-tracking deal.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
No, I feel like me getting this shirt up to Goodwill is good enough, I think.
All right, Bill, anything else for this big week?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's it. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.